Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I want to talk about prepping. No, not nuclear end of the world type stuff. Not at all. I want to talk about prepping as in day-to-day prepping. What happens if the power goes down? You have a job loss or bills come up and you weren't expecting them. You're just broke. Let's start with power down. There's no power. You gave your child the last bit of cereal that morning and plan on cooking eggs the next morning for Saturday. And there's no power. Well, what are you going to do? How are you going to feed your child if you don't have food stored? If you have no way of cooking it? You're in a small apartment. You can't have a barbecue because your landlord's afraid you're going to burn the place down. And a gas or electric stove, well, you get yourself 5-minute meals. They heat up in the box. They're not bad tasting. You have your heat in the can drinks. You crush the bottom, let it sit 3 minutes, you got a warm drink. You know, there's other things you can eat that you don't have to heat up. How about tuna? You know, you can do tuna like this. You know, when I go to the sandwich shop, they give me those little extra things of mayonnaise and mustard, little packets. I always save some just to keep them around. Make yourself a little tuna salad, throw it on a cracker. You know, you get a small little meal, a little pick-me-up. How about other things you can eat cold without heating up? A little canned ham sandwich, you know? How about everyone's favorite? Spam. Everyone loves Spam, right? All right, not really. But Spam warm, cooked, grilled, delicious. Cold, you know, you can put it on a cracker. You can eat it. It's what we call, it'll make a turd. There's other things as well. You probably have some of these, or maybe you have some of these laying around for your lunches. You take these to lunch. They're cheap. They're quick. They say they're ready in the microwave in 1 minute. Well, they're fully cooked. You can eat these cold. You know, there's other things you can eat cold. How about canned goods? You know, soups, beans and rice, chili, all that stuff, vegetables, could all be eaten cold. Now, they don't taste as good as if you heat them up, but, you know, it's edible, and you're not going to die. But what if you don't have to eat these cold? Even in an electric situation where you have an electric stove, no gas grill. You know, if you were to store a little gas container and a little stove, you can heat these kind of things up. These aren't very expensive. Take up a little room. You know, go down to your garage or sidewalk or a local park. Heat yourself a meal. If you have something like this, some sort of gas grill action, you have access to tea. How about rice-a-roni? Instant mashed potatoes. Macaroni and cheese. Everyone's favorite. Instant lunch in a container. Little instant noodles for breakfast. A little cream of wheat. A little instant oatmeal. All this becomes open to you as another viable meal with simply adding gas, whether it be a little stove or using your gas stove with the addition of boiling water. I don't even think these instant mashed potatoes need hot water. I think they just need water. But to enjoy them, you're going to want them to be warm. But these are easy items to store. And say you use this one night a week. Say you use it every other night, or every other week. If you store them in a bin and you use the FIFO system, which is first in, first out, you don't really have to add any additional money to your grocery list, because this is going to cost you about $1. You just store an extra one in there. Next, every 2 weeks, you pull this one out, and you replace it next payday with another one. So you always have food there. But, oops, say you're on a tight budget. You can't afford this kind of frivolous stuff. So you don't think you can prep. because you can't afford, you are really, really broke. And you got to feed a family of 4. And this just doesn't cut it. Well, there is a way of getting around that. Dry goods. Beans. Going old school. This bag of dry beans cost me $1.50. That's because I'm fancy and I want the small red beans. If I went with the pinto beans, it would have cost 99 cents. How about rice? You know, a bag of rice will cost you a few bucks. Lasts a long time as well. This right here is a meal. In fact, red beans and rice is a great meal. You want some protein to that? There you go. A little ham, red beans, and rice. This takes up very little room. If you look at this right here being, let's just say this is 2 meals right here with part of this bag. That's lunch and that's dinner, or that's 2 dinners. You know, 2 dinners, a couple cream of wheats for breakfast for the family of 4. You still got a half a bag right here of rice for 2 more meals. Spam. There you go. Another bag of rice, or bag of beans, another $1.50. If you add 1 item per paycheck, that's $1, $2. You know, you can store it in a very small area. As long as you can get up to, I think the government recommends a 3-day supply. If you can get a 3-day supply, you know, for things like power down, it's going to be good. Job loss, of course, you never know how long that's going to be, but that might get you through until they get you your final paycheck, or that, you know, additional bills that came through. You know, having a 3-day supply, you know, might get you through. You know, I recommend bigger than that, but at least a 3-day supply. So, you know, being a prepper, it's not about storing tons and tons and tons of food and, you know, repopulating the earth whenever everyone else is dead, and none of that. It's about prepping for day-to-day survival. You know, the small things that come up. Just not dying, basically. So, let's say you have kids. Power's down. You do have a gas grill. You know, a situation like that can be kind of stressful, and you want to bring a little more normalcy to your life. About a little popcorn in the evening with the kids. When's the last time, or have your kids ever seen popcorn cooked outside the microwave? You know, throw this in a skillet with a lid, keep stirring it. Do popcorn the old-fashioned way. But they'll get a kick out of it, actually. Or maybe a little additional treat, maybe a little cheesecake bites, freeze-dried. You know, something to bring a little morale booster to them. You know, this kind of stuff doesn't take up much room. It really doesn't cost much, especially if you always add to it. That's the thing. You don't have to go in with hundreds of dollars and have tons of storage. You can go in slowly and just always have some. And make it a pantry that you utilize. So this week we're going to use this. Well, we're going to replace it next week. You know, so on and so forth. That's all you have to do. And that right there it could be the difference between life and death. So I just want to say, you know, prepping isn't all about that craziness, the end of the world. It is really just about surviving. And you can do it on the cheap. So, hey, everybody, thanks for watching.